In this video, we're going to put the self-leveling cement, and I'm going to use this Mapai, not sure how to pronounce this, Novaplan Easy. It says here, easy preparation self-leveling underlayment. It's giving instructions here on the back. I can see here it has to be operated in a certain temperature range and gives you a maximum of 1 inch thickness that I can achieve with this on top of the existing floor. Asking me to clean things up, prime, which we have already done. You can see the shiny surface. Then I mix with water in a large bucket, a certain amount of water exactly. Mix it for 2-3 minutes and pour, and then sort of smooth it out or rake it out, and then wash things off, and then we are ready to lay the whatever we are going to lay. Couple of things to remember which is not in this description. Number one, the water we use to mix shouldn't be too hot or too cold. Right now it's freezing outside my home, so any water I take from the tap is going to be really cold. So I'll be adding some hot water and making it room temperature water. So what we need is room temperature water, maybe about 70-80 degrees. The other thing is it's recommended in some places to do a 1/4 of an inch at a time. So I pour 1/4 of an inch height, let it dry, and after 24 hours put another 1/4 of an inch, or add another 1/4 of an inch height on top of this. If I need 3/4, then I wait again for 24 hours and then pour another 1/4 of an inch. Either that, or I need to be pouring all the 1 inch at the same time. But then if I run out of my mixed cement, then I need to basically mix another bag as fast as possible to pour on top of the already wet cement. So these are the tools that I will be using. What I did is I bought this combination set. It's called 7-piece self-leveling toolkit from Home Depot. It comes with a bucket, which is 15-gallon. Usually we get 5-gallon buckets, but that's not going to be enough to mix this whole cement. So it comes with a 15-gallon bucket, a mixer. I think this is a spreader, and a squeegee. And this is called a level gauge or gauged raker. So I can adjust the height up and down to sort of rake the cement around. And a measuring cup, a big one, and these kind of spiky shoes that I need to walk on the cement. So I was looking for these things individually, but then when I found the whole combination, I thought that was a good buy for the price. I also have this corded electric drill that I'm going to attach this to. It needs to be a strong drill, a powerful drill to mix all that cement. A battery powered will not cut it here. Now, one thing to note and prepare before I do the self-leveling prep is this gap between the wall and the floor. We don't want the self-leveling cement to go underneath and block that gap. There will be gaps in some cases, and sometimes because of the movement of the house, the gap may be sealed. But we want to keep that gap because that gap is necessary and is there with intention, so when the house moves up and down, it doesn't hit the ground. There is some breathing space here while the wall goes up and down with the movement of the house. So what I'm going to do is take these backer rods. They come in different sizes. I have a fatter and a thinner right here. I'm going to stuff it inside just like that wherever possible, and that's going to stop my self-leveling cement to seep into those gaps, because the purpose of the self-leveling cement is for the surface. It's not really to seal the gap itself. So I'll tape some of these backer rods, stuff some in if possible, and then we're going to pour the cement. So I just finished pouring the self-leveling compound. It was pretty easy. Most of the time I did not use the gauge rig. I was just using the spreader and the squeegee. I used the squeegee at the edge, at the boundary between the new cement and the old cement, just to squeeze it and sort of level it out with the the old cement over here. So that's the area I had identified, and this was the area I had identified, and a little bit on the closet side that I had identified with the laser level. So I finished this room. I'm going to move on to the next room over here, and I already did the laser measurements, and this is sort of a different room where this crack that is running over here all the way to the other room on the other side of the wall is basically taking this whole bedroom and shifting it down like this. So if I do a laser measurement from here, from this spot over here, then I would see the other end of the bedroom maybe about 2.5 inches under the laser. So it's dipped. So this whole room is technically dipped on towards the corner of that room. So like I had mentioned before, the purpose of self-leveling is not really to keep the whole room level. Since I know that the whole room is dipped, but it's a good slope going from this corner of the room to the other corner of the room. So technically I can put the whole, I can put the wood flooring without any problem, because it's at least level. There is no dips and humps suddenly across the length of the room. But still here on this side, because of this crack, the wooden plank is not really sitting properly. So I'll put some self-leveling here and on this area over here, and then maybe spread it all the way to the end of the room. But that's just to take out the sharpness of this dip in this area over here. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the next day after the first application in this room for self-leveling. You can see the self-leveling seeped or creeped through as much as it could with the first application. I'm going to put the second application, and the main thing to remember is to not start at the very end, but the second application should overlap with the first application. So I'm going to pour it somewhere here so it overlaps and then goes forward to the very ends. Now this is an example in our bedroom where after I measured with lasers, I found several spots that needed this self-leveling treatment. So I have a larger area over here that goes into the closet. Then I have little spots over there, and then over here, and spots over here, and then a larger area over there. That's what I did with this room.